And not for women that's even watching this, you know, we can always talk about the man, but right now it's women talk. So we're talking about us right now. And, you know, how do we start this? Because I know that, again, we talk about B1. B1 would be nothing if it's not for family. But there's no family if there's not forgiveness. There's no family if mom and daddy is not in a home. There's no forgiveness if, you know, we're divorcing at 70 to 80%. That we're broken. Where do we start? How can I say when someone calls me up, someone 20 years old, you know, I don't want to be like my mother. That guy got 5 sisters by 4 different baby dads. I don't want to be like her. What do we tell them?
You know, it's sad because it is a lot of sisters that's dealing with that. And honestly, luckily, within the age of social media, you have other sources to follow, you know. And it's not as personal because it's not your mother or it's not your sister, not your aunt, but at least some of these sisters, they are setting an example for you to look at, you know, in a different light. You can switch gears and be like, okay, well, what is she doing? You know, now you have that, you have more opportunity to do that. But even outside of that, a lot of sisters, we got to look inside each other's spaces, you know, locally. Honestly, we got to link with each other on a grassroots level, you know, going to the same spaces, whether that's events. You know, I met a lot of sisters at the Foundation of Black American conference I went to, and to the Buck Breaking premiere I went to. So, you know, just spaces that, you know, if you are pro-Black or B1 that are pro-Black and B1, you know, where sisters are going to show up, or even just if they're Black woman oriented, you know, and that, you know, you're kind of around the line because there might be some feminist, you know, agenda in that Black woman oriented group. So you got to watch that. But something that's Black women, that's family, you know, oriented, that's also, you know, primarily Black women, you know, so that you can connect to. So, you know, you got to reach out and use your different sources, but also you got to look within, because everybody on some spiritual stuff, everybody got the answers. It's in all of us. Okay, so if you know that morally something is not sitting right with you, you see your mother's behaviors, you see your auntie's behaviors, and you like something, you see their results. More importantly, you see the results of these behaviors, and you're like, you know what? Something in my spirit is telling me this is not what I want, or this is not right, or this is probably not the path I should go down. Remove yourself. Like, really, a lot of us that's why a lot of us end up going to the colleges far away and things of that nature, because we have to remove ourselves to kind of find that within ourselves, you know, and go through our journey. So don't disconnect from your family. Of course, we don't want that, but also you might need that time, especially as young women, to grow, you know, apart from that environment that you've been so used to, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, the Resolve into your knees.
Oh, there
you go. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, I was going to say, oh, Jesus, on your knees. On our knees.
I was about to say something. We grown in here. I was about to be like, that's not a bad position. Okay, so let me talk. I'll take a sip of that. Okay, so let me. So there was an article written by this guy. His name is Matthew Lynch, and this was a few years ago, and it was about, you know, why Black men don't want you. Talking about Black women. And he did 50 reasons why, but I took the top 10. And so I want to go over the top 10 and discuss it.
Okay.
I mean, it's something, but I mean. Okay. Number 1, Black men they feel underappreciated and disrespected. Point 2, Black women are too aggressive and we're not patient. 3, we're strong-headed and too independent.
Okay, we right on track.
I mean, you know, 4, we're masculine, controlling, and we want to run the relationship. 5, we expect too much and we're gold diggers. 6, we are hot-headed and we have bad attitudes. 7, we stop caring about our appearance at a certain age.
I agree with that.
8, we're not sexually open.
Especially after a certain age.
Yeah. 9, we're not empathetic to the Black man and we have a very low tolerance for them. And number 10, we do not cater to our men.
Yeah. Who wrote that again?
His name is Matthew Lynch.
Matthew Lynch. Yeah, he I can't argue with that. That's valid.
And I'm like looking at this because I wanted to say something to counter it. I was like, no, Matthew. And I'm looking like,
yeah,
damn.
I've seen it. I've experienced it. I can hold myself accountable. And
I know.
take part of some of that list too. So yeah,
it's I reading the list, and it's like how true that is. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's sad that it's hard to argue that. It's hard.
You can't.
You really can't. You know,
you cannot argue it.
It's really sad. But it's valid. I mean, I've seen it. So, what was that 6th one again? What was that sixth one?
Who?
Something like bad attitude. What was the first part?
Oh, yeah. So I'll go over real quick for those that didn't hear. I'll do it really, really quick. 1, Black women make Black men feel underappreciated and disrespected. 2, we're too aggressive and we're not patient. 3, we're strong-headed and too independent. 4, we're masculine, controlling, and we want to run the relationship. 5, we expect too much and we're gold diggers. 6, we're hot-headed and we have bad attitudes. 7, stop caring about our appearances once we get a certain age. 8, we're not sexually open as our counterparts. 9, we're not empathetic to the Black men and we have a low tolerance for them. And 10, we do not cater. Yeah. It's funny because they was going now, the Beyonce song, the Destiny's Child, let me cater to you.
Yeah.
And then we had a whole slew of Black women saying, oh, you pick me and take this off. And it's and I was like,
egregious.
Yeah. And we can't argue with this because we see it every single day and we can't argue with this list. Now, again, I want a preference. I'm not going to say every Black woman, but I will say that, I will say that damn near every Black woman has something in this list that you do.
Something. It's just like
I can't even.
The book. I mean, every Black woman wasn't necessarily everything in her book, but we damn sure could relate to something in that book.
We can relate, right?